Welcome students to part 3 of polynomials. Okay, in continuation with part 2, today we will solve some of the important questions from exercise 2.2. Somewhere if you want, you can pause the videos and try the questions yourself, and later on you can check with the solutions from here. Okay, I'll just take some of the problems that are a bit typical. First one, it's from question number 2, third part. Exercise 2.2. So the first question I'm taking is, it's 6x square minus 3 minus 7x. What is the problem? We have to verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient of the polynomial. So we have to do two things. We have to first find out the roots or the zeros of the polynomial, and the second, we need to find out the coefficients of it. Okay, so first thing, if you compare it with the standard form of the quadratic polynomial, the standard form is ax square plus bx plus c. Now as you can see, the question is not in the standard form. It should be like x should be in the decreasing order of its power. So first you should rearrange them, and it should be cx square minus 7x minus 3. Then the next step is, you need to compare it with the standard form and find out the values of a, b and c. So the value of a will be 6, b will be minus 7 and c will be minus 3 here. Okay, so what will be the sum of the roots? It's alpha plus beta. What should be the value? It's minus b by a. That is the formula. So just substitute the values. You will get minus of minus 7 divided by a is 6. So we should get 7 by 6. And the product of the roots is alpha into beta. The formula for this is c by a. So c, the value of c is minus 3. So it should be minus 3 by 6, or you can say this is minus 1 by 2. Now we'll find out the same values by actually calculating its roots. Okay, so you can use the middle term split formula, like it's 6 into 3, it's 18. You should split it in such a way that the sum of the middle terms should be minus 7 and the product should be minus 8. So I can write it minus 9x plus 2x minus 3. Now you can see, if I'll add minus 7x and 2x, I'll get minus 7x, and if I'll multiply minus 9 and 2, I'll get minus 18. Next step is, you have to group them into two parts and then take the common factor. It's 3x. I'll get 2x minus 3. Same here, nothing is common, so I'll take one common. So it's 2x minus 3. So next one, it's 3x plus 1 and 2x minus 3. If you solve individual parts, if 3x plus 1 equal to 0, then I'll get x is equal to minus 1 by 3. Or if I solve 2x minus 3, I'll get x is equal to 3 by 2. So the two roots will be, alpha will be minus 1 by 3, and I can say beta is equal to 3 by 2. Okay, now what should be the sum of the roots? Alpha plus beta equal to plus 3 by 2. Let's take the LCM. LCM will be 6. So it's minus 2 plus 3. Sorry students, it should not be 3. It will be 9 here. So I'm getting 7 by 6. And then product of the roots, it's alpha into beta equal to minus 1 by 3 into 3 by 2. Just cut 3, I'm getting minus 1 by 2. As you can see, with the help of the coefficients, I'm getting the sum as 7 by 6, and also with the help of the actual calculation of the roots, there also I'm getting 7 by 6 and 7 by 6. And the product I'm getting minus 1 by using the actual roots, and using the coefficients, there also I'm getting minus 1 by 2. So I can say I have verified the relation between the zeros and the coefficients. Okay, this is your third question. Same way, now if you go for the next part, fourth part, that is 4u square plus 8u. Now, if you compare it with the standard form, that is 8x square, ax square plus bx plus c, then what will be the value of a? It should be 4. What will be the value of b? It it will be 8. And what is the value of c? Since there is no constant in the equation, I will say c equal to 0. Okay, so next, find out the roots now. Alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a, that is minus 8 by 4, or it's minus 2. What about the product? The formula will be c by a, that is c is 0 here, so 0 divided by anything, I'll get 0. So the product of the two roots will be zeros. Now next is we should find the actual roots of this. Now since c is missing in this particular one, we will not solve it by middle term split. We should simply take in 4u square plus 8u, I'll take 4u common and I'll get u plus 2. So 4u is one factor and u plus 2 is the other factor. So I can say 4u equal to 0 or u equal to 0. This is the first root. If I solve u plus 2 equal to 0, then I am getting u equal to minus 2. So what is the value of alpha? Alpha will be 0 and beta is minus 2. So what is the sum of the roots? Alpha plus beta, that is 0 plus minus 2, that is equal to minus 2. And what about alpha into beta? This will be 0 into minus 2. So again 0. So as you can see, the sum of the roots by actual calculation of the roots is minus 2, and using coefficients again it is minus 2. And also the product of the roots by actual calculation of the roots, it's 0, and by the coefficient again it is 0. So hence we have verified the coefficient relationship between the zeros and the coefficients. Similar way you can calculate solve the remaining parts of the first question. Now I'll take one or two problems from second question. Question number 2. What is the question in the textbook? It is related with, you have to form a quadratic polynomial. You have to form a quadratic polynomial and the sum and products of the zeros are already given to you. Means alpha plus beta is given as well as alpha into beta is given to you. These two things are provided and we have to write the standard quadratic polynomial with the help of this. What is the formula here? Formula is k x square minus sum into x plus product. This is the formula to form a quadratic polynomial. Okay, so simply we have to substitute the value. If I go for the question number 2, second part, what is the sum of the roots given? Sum is given as root 2 and the product is given as 1 by 3. Simply we have to substitute the values in the equation. So it is k x square minus root 2x plus 1 by 3. This will be the equation, quadratic polynomial. Now if you take 3 common, then I can write it. It's 1 by 3. It will be 3x square minus 3 root 2x plus 1. Any one form you can write down. So this is a simple one. Simply you have to substitute the value of sum and product in the standard formula. This way you can calculate any of the quadratic polynomial if the sum and the product is provided to you. We are going to study division algorithm for polynomials. Okay, if you have not seen the previous lectures of mine, you can visit it. Now, what is the division algorithm for polynomials? As we have already studied in class 9th, it is dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Now, what is a dividend? The number that you are going to divide. For example, if you take a very simple example to prove this, if I have to divide 10 by 3, this 10 is the dividend, 3 is the divisor. If I'll divide it, I'll get 3 is a 9 and 1. Say this 1, this is remainder, this is 3 is my quotient, 10 is the dividend and 3 is the divisor. So you can easily prove 10 is equal to divisor into quotient, means 3 into 3 plus remainder, that is 1. So 10 equal to 10. This is a basic division algorithm for the polynomials. This holds true for all the numbers also. Okay, so today we are going to prove it. For that, you should first of all know how to divide a polynomial with another polynomial. Important. Okay, so let's start with a very basic example. Let my dividend is 2x square plus 3x plus 1. I have to divide it by x plus 2. So what are the steps for this? What you have to do is, you have to keep in mind whenever you are going for the division, the powers of the divisor should be always in the decreasing order, as well as the power of the dividend should be in the decreasing order, as well as the power of the divisor also should be in the decreasing order. In case in the question they are not in the decreasing order, if some of the degrees are missing in between, or some of the powers are missing, you can substitute 0 over there. Okay, we'll come for such questions also. Now first step is, you just compare the first term of the first term of the polynomial with the first term of the divisor, okay, and then actually divide it in the rough part. It's 2x square, and then when you divide it by x, what you will get? Will get 2x. So my first divisor will be, the first quotient will be, I have to write here 2x. Okay, I'll repeat. Take the first term from the dividend and first term from the divisor, divide them in rough work if you are not confident with it. After dividing, whatever you will get, that becomes the quotient, first quotient, okay, first term of the quotient. Now it's 2x, then multiply this 2x with all the terms of the divisor. So 2x into x, it's 2x square, then 2x into 2, it is 4x. Then the next step is, change the sign of this second term. This is plus, so we'll put a minus. This one is plus, we'll put a minus, and then do the subtraction. 2x square minus 2x square, it will be 0. First term should always get cancelled. Now 3x minus 4x, it will be minus x plus 1. Now the procedure continues the same way. Take the first term divided by the first term of the divisor, it's x. So I'll get minus 1, right? So my next term of the quotient will be minus 1. Now multiply minus 1 with individual terms of the divisor. So this will be minus 1 into plus 2, minus 2, then change the signs. This will become 0, 1 plus 2, 3. Okay. So we'll prove, this is the quotient. This one is the remainder, and this is the divisor. Right. Now we'll verify the division algorithm. Dividend is 2x square plus 3x plus 1. This should be equal to x plus 2 into 2x minus 1 plus 3, the remainder. Okay, just write minus 2 plus 3. So this will be 2x square plus 3x plus 1. Hence you can verify that your left hand side is equal to the right hand side. You can also have questions like, we have example number 9, where it is given, find all the zeros of the polynomial if 2 zeros are given to us. We can see that the degree of this polynomial is 4. 2 zeros are given to us. So as the degree of the polynomial is 4, we'll be getting 2 more zeros out of that. 2 zeros are already given, so 2 more zeros we have to find out. Total it will have 4 zeros. Okay, so what is the procedure for this? Just note down what is the dividend. It's 2x4 minus 3x cube minus 3x square plus 6x minus 2. This is the question, and the 2 zeros provided are, it's root 2 and minus root 2. These are the 2 zeros already given to us. Okay, if the zeros are given to us, from those zeros we can form factors out of that. See, this is plus root 2. So one of its factor will be x minus root 2. This is one of the factor of the given polynomial. The other factor will be, since this is minus root 2, so other will be x plus root 2. These are the 2 factors of the polynomial. If you multiply 2 factors, the result will also be a factor of the given polynomial. So after simplifying this, this is a minus b and a plus b. So it will be x square minus 2. This will be this is again a factor. Product of the 2 factors will also be a factor. So now we have to go for the actual division of this polynomial with the given factor. So we'll make it x square minus 2, 2x power 4 minus 3x cube minus 3x square plus 6x minus 2. We have to divide it by x square minus 2. First step, 2x power 4 divided by x square, I'll get 2x power 2. Multiply this individually, it's 2x power 4, 2x power 2 into 2, what will get? Minus 4x square. So we should place it under this. Simplify it further. Copy the remaining terms. Then first term with the first term, I'll get minus 3x. It's plus 6x. Again change the sign. Cancelled. It's x square minus 2 we are left with. This is the same term, so we'll write it plus 1. In such questions, you will always get the remainder to be 0. Now we got the divisor 2x square minus 3x plus 1. You can solve it with the middle term split. Simplify it. Or if you simplify x minus 1, I'll get x equal to 1. So the two zeros will be 1 by 2 and 1. Okay, so these will be the two zeros. Half and 1, and the two zeros provided to us are root 2 and minus root 2. So in all, these are the four zeros of the polynomial given to us.